The scientific revolution of the 15 and 1600s revolutionized the thinking of Europeans. That led to the development of natural law. Edward Jenner, a believer in the renewed thinking, developed the first vaccine against smallpox. Thomas Hobbes and John Locke have conflicting views. Hobbes believes in having a powerful government with the people strictly controlled, for he believes that people were naturally born cruel, greedy, and selfish. Locke believes in the nature of the human race, that people were born with natural rights, meaning they were all born with the rights to life, liberty, and property. He argued the best kind of government is limited and accepted by all citizens.
People are cruel, gritty, and selfish. If not kept in line, people fight, rob, and oppress one another.
That is not true. People are reasonable and moral. People have rights to life, liberty, and property.
Don't be a fool, John. If it weren't for laws, people would be solitary, poor, nasty, and brutish.
That's why the government was made. The government protects the people.
You're a fool, John.
I'm not a fool. You're the one who thinks so poorly of people when we have people helping one another.
People only care about each other when everything is going good. But when something goes wrong, they turn selfish and fight one another.
In the natural rights, women had rights, but they were strongly limited to the home and family. Women argued for education rights and to be equal to men.
Yeah!
Women's rights!
Women's rights! Women's rights! Women's rights!
Women's rights? You kidding me? We might as well just go to the moon. They'll never be as smart as men, even if they get an education. This country is built on manpower. Women have the right to go make me a sandwich. Isn't that enough?
Adam Smith argues for a free market in his book The Wealth of Nations, saying manufacturing, wages, trade, profits, and economic growth are all linked to supply and demand. However, he felt the government should protect society, administer justice, and provide public works. Writers start to face censorship. Government and church authorities felt they had a sacred duty to defend the old order. They believed that God had set up the old order, and they disagreed with the new Enlightenment. To avoid the war and censorship, writers, artists, and philosophies gathered in salons to discuss Enlightenment.
Voltaire, what are you doing?
Nothing.
I know better than that. Come on, what are you saying about me this time?
I'm just writing a little story.
Let me see it. Okay, this is the last straw. I put you in exile.
I say what I think.
In the age of Louis XIV, art and architecture were either in the Greek and Roman tradition or a grand ornate style known as barocco. Barocco paintings were huge, colorful, and full of excitement. Joseph II continues reform. He was a strong student of Enlightenment and would travel in disguise among his subjects to learn of their problems. He would do whatever he could to improve their day-to-day village life.
I, Frederick II, will work for the common people. I will reduce the use of torture and allow free press, for I am the first servant of the state. I will also provide religious tolerance because in my kingdom, everyone can go to heaven in their own fashion.
England becomes a global power. From tiny settlements, England would build a global empire with fewer restrictions on trade to monopolize slave trade. George III wanted to end Whig domination, dissolve the cabinet system, and make Parliament follow his will. And in the 1700s, trade routes were established but struggled. War drained the British treasury. King George III and his advisors suggest taxes. The Stamp Act is passed along with the Sugar Act.
We are putting the Stamp Act into power.
But the British colonists rebel and throw stones and snowballs at the British soldiers, which turned into the Boston Massacre, resulting in 5 deaths.
Oh, yeah. My leg. Oh, wow, that'll be enough of that.
Bang his head off the ground, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get him.
My leg. Oh, wow, that'll be enough.
Get him.
Bang his head on the ground, yeah.
Oh, my leg. You stabbed me. What?
A new constitution is written and shapes the government for centuries to come.
I am Benjamin Franklin, and I declare independence of the United States of America.
And I'm James Madison, and I believe taxes need to be lowered and people need to be free
and equal.
Us forefathers declare independence for the United States of America.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think every now and then, spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I don't know the rest.